BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV is brought to you by Yamaha, Rapala, Maple Ridge Chrysler, Lawrence, Duncan B. Lodge, Port Otus, BC Outdoors Magazine, and Mayhem Fly Fishing.
Welcome everybody to BC Outdoor Sport Fishing. Well, we're in Port Hardy and only mean one thing. Mike Kelly. Welcome back to the show, bud.
Yeah, good to be here, bud. How are you doing?
It's been a couple seasons.
Yeah, for sure.
COVID and schedules and whatnot.
Oh yeah, it's been a crazy last couple of years, that's for sure.
So like I said, we're in Port Hardy. So let's talk about, first of all, your business.
Okay.
Tides and Tails and Codfather Charters.
Yeah, well, the Codfather has been around for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Started by another gentleman in the area. I started Tides and Tails in 2003.
Yeah.
We're based here in the Quarterdeck Marina, right in the town of Port Hardy, and we've been doing fishing packages for a long time, accommodations, fishing charters, that sort of thing. Yeah. And we like what we do. We got a good group of guides here that are professional and love being on the water as much as our clients do.
So. The Rapala Pro staff.
Well, yeah, we like the Rapala stuff for sure. They treat us good. So.
That's good. So from Nanaimo, get on a ferry, drive up. What are we looking at?
About 4 hours from Nanaimo, but if you also wanted to take a flight up from the South Terminal in Vancouver, it's a 1 hour flight on Pacific Coastal Airlines, and they usually have a couple scheduled flights every day. So
nice. Good
highway all the way up if you're driving those. So.
Yeah, so we're mid-August. We've just come down from Rivers Inlet.
Yeah.
We're up there visiting our friend Sid K up at Duncan B. What can we expect here in Port Hardy? It's beautiful weather.
Yeah.
It's afternoon.
Well,
we're going to go to afternoon fish, right?
I ordered that in for you.
That's fantastic.
So, well, the Chinooks are starting to wind down. We're not seeing the numbers of Chinooks, but cohos are starting to ramp up. We're getting some good numbers of cohos. Starting to see a few sockeye showing up, but we haven't had an opening yet. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we get that. But what we have been noticing is that there's been a few northern resident killer whales kicking around, chasing the sockeye. So we're getting excited.
Difference. Book your adventure now.
Technical trolling along this sheer cliff wall, about 40 feet off the wall, and it's over 100 feet deep. You can see these little rocky benches on the shoreline. Well, that's what it's going to be like underwater, and we're just trolling down those lines and constantly adjusting our depths up and down as we go up and over little rocks and outcroppings and crevices. You do lose a few cannonballs doing this, but you got to get the gear into that strike zone where the fish are, and so you can see how up and down it is. We're constantly adjusting, going up and over these bumps, trying to pick a Ling Cod off one of these benches. There's a good ling.
All right, Mikey. Do you want me to pull mine up, or are you good?
Yeah, we probably wanted, this is a solid ling, guys.
Okay. Right on, Mike.
We just came around that little corner there, shallowing up a little bit, and I just kept bringing my swim bait up. This guy's anchoring to the bottom here now, so we're gonna have to turn around on him. He's basically he took the bait and he went down in and he's sitting in the rocks right now. We'll turn the boat around and try to get on top of him and get him up out of the rocks. I think he's still there. I think he's just, I don't know if we've got him off the rocks or not. I think he just went and buried himself in the rocks there.
Got the right angle here?
Yeah. You took a lot of line.
Yeah.
Thinking it's a solid fish, but...
We're good here? You're all right in neutral, Mike?
Well, I think we might want to maybe back a little bit. I guess I'm on top of him now. Yeah, no, here he is. Oh yeah, you want to grab the net there, Mike?
Yeah.
You see, what I did was I took a Lure Jensen Vortex flash fly and put it on the front of the Otus.
Nice. Little doctor. That's a beautiful ling. Great size ling.
Yeah, nothing wrong. That's a perfect eating size too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you get a fair bit of meat on that. Yeah, so when we're fishing these, the X-Rap Otuses, when we get a bite, it often doesn't look like a lot of a bite, or much of a bite. It's just a bit of a throb. The key is to let them chew on it, and then once they've had a good opportunity to chew on it, then we'll set the hook on it. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Is that a ling, you figure?
I think it's a ling, yeah. Maybe.
Nice.
54 feet, 55 feet.
Oh, we got one. Good. Ling dinger. There you go, bud.
Took it right out of the clip.
That's a good sign.
It'll probably be close to the line. Looks like he'll be a legal fish.
As my daughter said 2 weeks ago, fish and chips.
Doesn't get any better.
Awesome. So what's the plan?
I think we should go try to catch a Chinook.
All right.
That
Sounds good to me.
Drop your anchor. We'll be right back.
Introducing HDS Pro. Watch fish reacting to your lure live with Active Target 2. Get game-changing clarity in the megahertz range with the new Active Imaging HD sonar. Find the richest fishing spots with C-Maps charts. Take full control of your boat with the ultimate fishing system. HDS Pro. The more you see, the more you catch.
Closed captioning brought to you by the world-famous Duncanby Lodge, located in beautiful Rivers Inlet, BC.
Hello, folks. We're going to talk to you about the gear that we've been using on today's episode. We have quite the smattering of product to show you guys today because we had, in this episode we did some salmon fishing and we also trolled the bottom with some swim baits for lings, which was something new for me with this setup here, which is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's start with the rods. We did manage to use the same rods and reels for everything, which is perfect.
Yeah.
The rods here of choice are Legacy rods. They're the 10.5 foot mooching rods. We paired them up with the Legacy mooching reels, and the line is a high vis Suffix 25 pound is what I've used for 13 years.
Great stuff. We use that in our kite operations, and the new reel is excellent. Big drag knob, easy to dial it in and have it just where you want it.
Yeah. All right, so let's put that aside and let's get into all the goodies behind us. We have a whole smattering. So let's talk salmon first, because I think that's going to be chronological order of the show, folks. I think it's going to be salmon first, right? So flashers, 4 different flashers really we used today and yesterday. Of course, double black glow, my favorite. This is probably my second favorite. And then, of course, a micro flasher. And then we stuck in an old green onion. Ended up getting a coho on it, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Needed to change it up, get some different color down there. But these are the 3 mains when we ran most today. Again, folks, if you see these micro flashers, give them a try. They're awesome. Most big Chinook we did a release on was done on our BCO teaser head. This is the chrome one. Shorter leader. I think the leader's probably about, I'm going to say 3.5 feet.
Yeah,
a little bit shorter of a leader.
Shorter, yeah.
Double gammy hooks, barbless, of course. Put the pin in just to help with the roll. And again, we used dyed green anchovies. Was one of my go-to things. I like doing that roll. Right?
Yeah, and I think the shorter leader brought the strike on. We were finding we weren't getting bit on the longer lengths, the 7-8 foot leaders. So brought it down, tried something different, and voila.
Yeah. And again, other stuff we were using, getting some coho on. We switched up a little bit to 2 different flash flies. These are standard all over now the coast. Like guys are running these in Nootka. Here, of course, you're using them.
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen them used everywhere else, right? Even guys up in rivers are using them right now too.
Yeah, it's 1500 and the 1525. Difference being the 1525 has a more of a glow effect to it. So
yeah.
And we change them up depending on the light conditions. Darker conditions, we'll go with something glow. And if it's lighter, brighter, we might go with something like the 1500. So.
Yeah. And then too, we sized down a little bit on spoons. Tried some different spoons, but this one ended up getting a nice coho at the end there. Again, that's just one of their needlefish patterns. That's the Cop Car. And that's a 3-inch spoon.
You bet, yeah, and it's just a Lure Jensen needlefish pattern. We changed the hook up on it, put a little bit bigger hook on it. Yep. But good imitation for needlefish when there's smaller bait around.
Yeah. Leaders, we talked a little about leader length. I always use 30-pound Suffix fluorocarbon. That's what I've used for 13 years now. As soon as I've found this stuff, I don't deviate away from it. It's just, it's the stuff to use, right?
It's our go-to as well. 30 and 40-pound test is what we tie most of our baits with.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Mike, so let's talk a little bit about some of the different swim baits and stuff that we use today for Ling Cod, right?
Do we have to?
You got
I don't know if I want to give this up.
You got to share some secrets because it was fun.
Today on the episode, of course, as you saw, we were doing some technical trolling, some difficult ground areas with steep rocky relief or areas over little humps or pinnacles, reefy areas, working the gear real hard on both downriggers up and down. And what we were doing is running these swim baits over top of structure where we would anticipate to find good Ling Cod habitat, typically going with the tide or the current when possible. And we used several different colors. This one seemed to work good. We modified this with a Lure Jensen or what do they call it, a Vortex flash fly on the front to give us a little bit more action.
This one's been bit a few times.
Yeah, you can see this one here, how many times it's been bit. This one's called the Koi, I believe. Yeah, and that's also a really good one. And this is, what do they call this one? It's the Hot Tiger Pike. That's a good color as well. So these are, it's a relatively new tech, new product on the market. Mm-hmm. These were developed for fishing muskie and pike over structure, trolling and or jigging. Some places they even cast them. So we've adopted them to fish Ling Cod. Ling Cod are a predator, just like muskie and pike, and they've been really effective for us.
Yep, and we did we used a few different lighthouse lure swim baits and stuff, but it seemed to be the inside rod on the inside tack was getting the bite for Ling Cod today for sure, right? Close to that wall and that, right?
Yeah, running them 5-10 feet off the bottom and adjusting our depths as the bottom undulates and goes up and down. So,
anyway, folks, we're going to follow up with not a quick list, but a lengthy list for you, and we hope to see it on the water.
What's your depth, Mikey?
I'm at 42 feet right now. I'm just waiting to go back down.
Nice. What do you got there, Mike?
Coho.
Looks like a coho. Okay, I'll grab the net here.
Nice coho too.
There, you can retain a wild coho in Area 11 where we are right now. So
nice. That's a good fish too. Look at that.
That'll be a nice barbecue.
I got that. So I was we just moved out because we had our friends Wade hook a fish.
Yeah.
And we had to get out of the tack to give them some room. And I was just putting this back down to 56, and I was like, I popped the clip. And I went to put it down, and tug back.
Just when you were least expecting it.
That's right. Well, there you go. Beautiful wild coho.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, decent sized one.
Yeah.
Grabbed her on the turn.
Yeah. Just got a checking gear and had a couple fish in front of us get caught, so we had to turn out to give the guys room, and then this guy bit on the way down.
We were rewarded for our generous etiquette there.
That's right.
So,
yeah, it was awesome. Mike, it's been lots of fun. Thank you so much for having us.
Always a pleasure, buddy. Always good to see you.
Got a chance to do some Ling Cod fishing, and then obviously caught and released a nice Chinook too.
You bet.
Which is awesome. And we had lots of action as usual.
Oh yeah, a little bit of variety and action and good times. The weather's been great. So
we'll go in. We'll put the boat up on the trailer, and we're going to be off to our next adventure.
Yeah. You just put some miles on the truck and trailer, and away you go. So always a pleasure to see you up here, buddy. Yeah, look forward to next time. So
all right, thanks for having us. And thank you, folks, for joining us on BC Outdoor Sport Fishing. We look forward to having you join us on a future episode.